Climate change represents a profound and escalating threat to the planet's ecosystems, driven primarily by anthropogenic activities that have significantly altered the Earth's energy balance. The increase in greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, Colorado-2, methane, CH4, and nitrous oxide, N2O, has been particularly alarming, with CO2 levels rising over 40% since the pre-industrial era. This surge in greenhouse gas concentrations has led to a global average temperature increase of approximately 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius, since 1901, resulting in observable changes in climate patterns, including more frequent and severe heat waves, droughts, and intense rainfall events. 12. As ecosystems adapt to these shifts, many species face existential threats due to altered habitats and changing temperature ranges, leading to accelerated biodiversity loss. For instance, the geographic ranges of numerous plant and animal species are shifting as they seek suitable climates, often resulting in mismatches with their ecological partners and disrupting established food webs. 34. The impacts of climate change are not limited to temperature increases. They also encompass significant alterations in precipitation patterns that can lead to devastating floods or prolonged droughts. These changes threaten agricultural productivity worldwide, particularly in regions where agriculture is a cornerstone of the economy. The vulnerability of food systems is compounded by extreme weather events that can decimate crops and disrupt supply chains, exacerbating food insecurity for millions. 1. Furthermore, climate change is expected to cause approximately 250,000 additional deaths annually between 2030 and 2050 due to health-related issues such as malnutrition and heat stress. 3. The oceans are also feeling the brunt of climate change, with rising sea levels, approximately 16 centimeters since 1901, resulting from thermal expansion and melting ice sheets. This rise poses a direct threat to coastal ecosystems and communities, increasing the frequency of flooding and erosion while also contributing to ocean acidification, which adversely affects marine life. 24. Coral reefs, for example, are particularly sensitive to temperature changes and acidification, leading to widespread bleaching events that compromise these vital ecosystems. In addition to ecological impacts, climate change poses significant socioeconomic challenges. Vulnerable populations in developing countries are disproportionately affected due to their limited capacity to adapt to changing conditions. The World Health Organization highlights that areas with weak health infrastructure will struggle most with the health impacts of climate change, which include increased respiratory issues from poor air quality and heightened disease transmission rates. 3. Moreover, the economic costs associated with climate-induced disasters are staggering. Estimates suggest that direct damage costs related to health alone could reach $2-4 billion annually by 20,303. The urgency of addressing climate change cannot be overstated. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, warns that without significant reductions in greenhouse gas emissions, we could see global temperatures rise by an additional 2.6 to 4.8 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. Such an increase would likely trigger catastrophic shifts in ecosystems and human societies alike. 24. Mitigation strategies must focus on reducing emissions through transitioning to renewable energy sources, enhancing energy efficiency, and implementing sustainable agricultural practices. Adaptation measures are equally crucial. strengthening water conservation programs, improving infrastructure resilience against extreme weather events, and developing early warning systems can help communities cope with the inevitable impacts of climate change. Furthermore, international cooperation is essential for effective climate action. Agreements such as the Paris Agreement aim to unite nations in their efforts to limit global warming and support vulnerable countries in their adaptation efforts. In conclusion, the shocking truth about climate change is that it is not merely an environmental issue but a multifaceted crisis that threatens the very foundations of life on Earth. Its effects ripple through ecosystems, economies, and human health systems globally. Immediate action is imperative, not only to mitigate its impacts but also to foster resilience among communities most at risk. The path forward requires a concerted effort from individuals, governments, and organizations worldwide to ensure a sustainable future for our planet's ecosystems and humanity alike.